Good afternoon, folks, and welcome to part 2 of the DANSETTE Senior. And today it's looking at the amplifier. We've done the BSR on it, that's working absolutely lovely. So today it's basically just going through the amplifier. This should be straightforward enough. Where's my glasses? It would be if I had my frigging glasses so I could see where the nuts and stuff, all the fixings are. There we go. Yeah, this is nicely made, this. We've got a new valve to put into this. Yeah. So basically we're going to rewire this mess here. That goes to the bottom of the deck. We're going to rewire all this mess here, because it is a mess. And look at that there, bare wires. Don't know if you can see that, but there's bare wires sticking out of the Molex plug. Not Molex, I forgot what them bloody plugs are called. Bulgin. There's bare wires. If we can just zoom in on that. We just come into the plug there, look. There you go. Not happy with that at all, so that'll be addressed. They'll be taken out and be redone. I'll tin them with a bit of solder, put them back in, make it look nice, and above all, safe. I mean, I wouldn't consider that as being safe, certainly not, especially when you've got a bloody great big metal deck bouncing above it here. Definitely not safe. Now, what we want to do is get the amp out, and this has actually been worked on. Like I say, somebody's been at this before, mates. All the screws that hold it together are wrong. There's a screw in there in the baffle that's wrong. Not that that's a great problem, it's not. Right, I'm just looking, just feeling there's a nut there that's got to come off, which isn't particularly tight. Now, so let's see what this is, how this is all held in. So we've got a nut. I'm not up here. Yeah, this was I'm just is this actually undoing? I don't know, it's an undoing of the old lot's turning. I've got a clue. Let's wind it off with this. I'll look at that now. Yeah, it's coming off. Right, we've got that there, and we must have another one somewhere. Don't say there's some in the bottom there. How the fuck am I going to get my fucking tool in there? I ain't got a tool long enough to reach that, I don't think. Don't think my tool will reach that. What I might have to do, is take the baffle itself out. Let's get this nut from around the corner here off. I should be able to reach that. It's there. Use a smaller tool. See, I haven't got any proper long nut spinners, you see, and I could do with getting hold of some, but I don't have any, so I might have to take the whole baffle out, which I think, well, that's what was done before. And It's great, isn't it? Tools got stuck. There we go. That's undone. Let's get the screw out. We won't get that out with that screw there, and the problem with that is it's not the right screw, and it's undone, but it's jammed into the metal. Yeah, I'll get that out with that. Just right, so we need to look at getting the speaker baffle out, because I'm not going to be able to get my tools in under there. It's only held in here and up here. So let's try. And it looks like somebody's nailed up the heads. That's nice of them, isn't it? Let's pull the valves. Make life easier. Let's take the valves out. Come on, you cunt. Fuck's sake. There we go. Put them out of the way. Right, so what I need to do is see if I can get a screwdriver on that. Oh yeah. Whoever put them in didn't fucking tighten them in very well. Yeah, but somebody's definitely been at this. Yeah, see, these are all new screws, and that the head on that's all fucking sheared up, all chewed up. Luckily I was able to get it out. Right, any more? Yeah, there's one at the top here. That's not even screwed in properly. Well, I say not screwed in properly. No fucking thread on it. No grip. That one has. Just get the tool. So I'm going to have to try and find some screws, because there's no way on earth I'm sending this back with a motor board loose. That's not happening. So, you know, so look at that. Right, we've got another screw somewhere. But where the fuck that is, I do not fucking know. It's down here. Oh, have we? Yeah. Oh, there it is. Let's try this small screwdriver, because that ain't gonna fucking go in there. There we are. Alright, there we go. Right. Right, and there we are. They could be the original screws, but look at this, what we've got rolling around in here, folks. Look at this, what I've just found. I've just found a grub screw. Yeah, look at that. I found a grub screw. Don't know what the fuck that's off, but we'll put it there. I want to put the valves out of the way. So what I'll do, put the valves in this box, in this tub here, which has got all the rest of the hardware in there for that. And bear with me folks, we're back. Just had to go in the kitchen and get myself a packet of fag papers. Now let's have a look at these wires here, because I need to mark them. Right, the ones, right, let's pop that there a minute, don't want to damage that grill. Right, so what we want to look at is there for the record player. So what I'll do here, the way I would normally work these out, the way I normally do is I deal with this. Take that off. Now, the one with the knot in is for the record player motor. There we go. One with the knot is record player. One without the knot is to the power. The mains in. Right. And given that I'm going to re-splice those, I'm not going to unscrew them just for now. I'm going to just whip them off because I'm going to recut them anyway. Make it safe. I'm going to re-strip them anyway, so it won't make any difference in needing to bother putting the knot in, because I know which ones are which now. There we go. So I can get this cabinet out of the way in a minute, because I need this on the bench. I'll take that screw out of there. Don't know where that grub screw came from. I've got a clue where that came from. It's probably out of here somewhere, probably out of the fucking deck somewhere. It's probably fell out of the deck and they've replaced it with another one they had, because you know. Put the amplifier there. Now fasten the catches, and we've got all the tools out here. Just check. We left something in there. Oops. There we go. Right. I shall give this a good look over, test everything, and replace as necessary. And have a look at why that rectifier burnt out. I'll tilt the case back, that way all the screws won't fall out the front. And we don't have to worry about damaging the grill. Well, we do, because the grill's on the front here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put a cloth down for this, because I don't want any scratches, or if I can help it, any marks on the grill. So we're going to work on a cloth. Right, and that screw there's the wrong one, obviously. So we'll figure that out later. Now let's have a look at the chassis. Let's take a look at the chassis. Right, the chassis on this is basically the same as what's in my G32. It's basically the same chassis. Well, at least very similar. Mine's a bit more substantial. It's right. If we can adjust, the tilt. That's the wrong way. There we are. And just come this way a little bit. There we go. There we are. Now if I zoom in, look at that, folks. A BSR speaker. I've never seen a BSR speaker. Didn't even know they made them. Obviously they did. Well, if they didn't, they made that one, or they had it badged for them. And it's all anodised, this as well. The transformers, the speaker, even the mechanisms anodised. Right, let's have a look at the capacitor. August 1953. The capacitor was made, so we can date the record player from 53 to from anywhere up then. And this motor board is actually cracked. Not motor board, speaker board. Right, so basically, this is the back of the chassis, which actually is in lovely condition. Look at this. I mean, it's a shame to disturb that, isn't it? Look at it. There's absolutely nothing. Look at that, isn't that lovely, folks? And, you know, probably Dansette's finest hour. All completely original, undisturbed, nice, which is what we like to see. Yeah. Well, there's not much recapping to do on this. Let's test the main filter. Where am I going to put it if I put a new one in? I mean, will the new ones go under there out of the way? They probably will. Let's test the old one. And there's the new rectifier valve that's going into this. Let's test the old capacitor, because I don't know why that rectifier failed. Whether it failed of old age, whether it failed because there was a fault. But see, I don't know this, but we're about to test the capacitor. We'll find out. Let's zoom out just slightly. There we go. Because I like to smooth that. Always keep your nice expensive tools in cases. You know, if they come in a case, keep it in the case it comes in. You know, yeah, there were the screws I couldn't get off. The bolts rather. Right. So what we'll do, we'll clip to there. And what value is the capacitor without to, oops, I can put that nut back on there and all when I put it back together. Do that before I put it back together, make it fucking easier. Right, so it should be 276 working. And would you believe it, the fucking value's out of view. It's on the other fucking side. Yeah. Right. I'm going to say, actually I do know the value. It's in the manual. It's 50 by 30, if I remember. I could check it that way. It's 50. Monitoring for component. Wow. Do that again. 19.2. So we'll replace that. We'll find out what the value should be. open circuit low capacitance. Right. So what we'll do, so what we need to do then is get this capacitor disconnected and get a new one in. I'm hoping. Right, let me just let me get these nuts off the bottom here and I can see what the value is. Because to be honest, I don't fancy going to the computer and fucking about. Let's get these nuts off. Just so I can have a look at the value. We'll get into that side. There's a valve pin there. Never mind, what we'll do, we'll get the pliers. And we'll do this nut with the pliers. Can I bend that valve pin out of the way? Because the nut's not going to pass it. Yeah. Move that valve pin just a bit forward. I don't really like bending old pins, but there we go. That's it. Leave them there for a minute, lift the chassis off the baffle, taking care not to put a fucking hole in the speaker like I fucking do with mine. Now, let's have a look. What's the value? So it's 32 microfarads. So it's 32 and 16. 32 and 16. Red outer is 32. The other one is 16. So yeah, we know where we're at with that now. So 32 and 16. So what have I got in me bag of? What have I got in me stash? I ordered all the bits in for these, so I'm hoping I ordered some fucking. I'm hoping it should be fucking on the desk here, because on the bench, because it's never been moved. Right, here we go. 33 at 400 volts. So that's 33 at 400 volts. I might have to put two of them fuckers in, because I think these are fucking, these are higher. They're 47s. So and they're only 25 fucking volts, I think. Don't know what volts. I know what I ordered, but I've not got it written on them on the bag. They're only 25 volts at 22 UF. So whoa. What we'll do, we'll go for two of these do that. Because I know for a fact I haven't got 16 at that voltage is hard to find. I think. Right. And these are 400 at so let's just test these. See what they test as. They're always a bit higher or a bit lower, you know, but they work okay. .34 point, yep, and the ESR on it is 1 ohm. So we're alright there. .30, yeah, that'll do. You know, they're never exactly all the same. So right. Let's find the best position for you. And find a good working position for me to work. Right. I mean, up there somewhere would be nice. See if we'll find something that's soft. There we go. Right. There we go. Make sure we're not pushing it on the speaker grill. No, we're not. We're okay. There we go. Now the iron should be hot enough. Tip's nice and clean. So what we'll do, we'll start to clean. I'll use one of the, I'll probably use one of the anchor point. I'll probably use one of the anchor points on the old capacitor for the new ones. I'm not sure for the new one. I'm going to leave the new one in because it's more. I'm going to leave the old one in because it's more of a pain in the ass to fuck about taking it out. So I'm going to leave it in under the chassis. My two new ones will fit under there okay. So we needn't worry about that. Let's move these remotes, there we go. And I'm using the sucker to just suck a lot of the solder off. You know, it just helps. Pull this turntable out a bit. I can, no, fuck that, I'm going to end up getting it on my foot. Let's get as much as we can off. Then we can make it easier to get the fucking wires off and that resistor there. There we go, that's one off. Move that out of the way so I don't burn my fucking finger. Right. Just get the sucker. Gonna have a fag in a minute. Somebody mentioned about me smoking when I'm doing other people's repairs. Some American, I think. As far as I'm concerned, it's my workshop. If I want to smoke in it, I will. At the end of the day, nobody's ever complained about their stuff smelling of smoke, because it doesn't. It's always nice and clean when it leaves. You know, I don't knock on your front door, tell you not to do things. Don't do it to me. You know? There we go, that's that wire off. That's the 2 wires off. Now we need the resistor. Why is it the fucking resistor's always the hardest to fucking get off? I mean, there we go. I've got to put new heat shrink on it anyway, so no problem. There we go. So we need to put new heat shrink on that. And we want to test the resistor. Brown, black, orange. So brown is 1, orange is, black is 0, and what's orange? I can't fucking remember what orange is. Never mind. 12.5k. 12.5k. Right. Now, right, these are find some really thin heat shrink. To put on that resistor. Right. Straighten the legs. These pliers, the good pliers these. They've no fucking teeth on them or anything, but they're actually brilliant for straightening components. I mean, look at that. Because they're completely smooth and they're straight, they're fucking great for it. You can put the component in, press it down, look at that, perfectly straight almost. There we go. There you are. Yeah. There we go, it should be 1. Yep. Shrink that down so it don't fucking slide off really. Right, get me loopy pliers. I call these me loopy pliers, but you can't see what I'm doing, fuck me. Let me come down a little bit. There. What's the point of me fucking doing it if you can't fucking see what I'm doing? Right, so basically what I do, I get my loopy pliers. I call them loopy because I use them for putting loops in. And what I do, I bend, I'm trying to keep it in shot. There we go. And what I do, I put a loop in it, like a hook. Put a hook in it, and then put a bit of heat shrink on the other side. Get the clippers, clip the heat shrink down to the size I want, which is about that. If that's too short, I can use the other piece, it's not a problem. But I think we're on the money on that one. Let's get the iron. There we are. Now, get the loopy pliers to put the loop in. There we go. I mean, I think these are actually for circlips, these pliers, but they're fucking great for doing this. I mean, there we go, look at that. Now we do next, get some more heat shrink. About the same diameter, yeah. So now all this morsels fell out. So what we'll do, we'll use just cut this completely in half. And how accurately is my half? That's not bad. Slip that down onto there. See, what I'm doing, I'm using the full length of the wire. Because you never know. Right. Well, where do these wires go anyway? I might be able to get rid of these fucking wires. No, I can't get rid of that one. It goes all the way up to the fucking, up to the ear. But this one here could. We could get rid of this wire here. I reckon I could. I reckon I could get rid of this wire here. Or failing that, look for a clamp. So undo that and put a clamp in. I mean, my capacitors are going to clear, no problem. I mean, no problem. So what we do next, put the other sleeve on the other capacitor and I'll work out how I'm going to attach them. And I will have a fag, stop and have a fag in a minute. And yeah, for you Americans that's watching, get your own house in order before you start criticising other people. Do this one. Then what we can do, we can solder there we go. I need to redo my soldering iron as well. The fucking solder's eating through my fucking iron. Let's get a bit more solder onto there. That's it. go. Now solder use that one down a bit. You come get on. Squeeze that in a bit. The other one was a bit tighter. So that's it. That's it. Now solder this. Can you all see that? I'm trying to get it where you can fucking see it. Let's just that's as fucking low as I can go. Shift that fucking towel for a minute. And the actual lamp, don't need that in the way for a minute. Right. There we go. There we go. Right. We're soldered there. And they're the two negatives. And our resistor. Just turn them around. There we go. And the negatives can be just joined. Let's get the pliers and connect. Let's zoom out a bit, it might make it easier. There we are. Join. In fact, what I'll do, unjoin that one, bring that one down, there we go, solder that one. That way we've only got one wire coming off here. There we go. So we can put a bit of this heat shrink. Cut it a little bit, it's too long. Like that. Yep. Just trim that little bit there. Neaten it up a bit. And then all I do is solder it to the eyelet there. So we can start by soldering the negative, move the two positives out of the way. So we can start by soldering the negative in. Let's see if it is a fucking eyelet. It's not, is it? That one there is though. A fucking eyelet, or is it a fucking... I don't fucking know. Yeah, it is. There we are. That's negative in. Solder that up. There we are. Hello? Oh, thought it was the neighbour next door. Well, it was, but she must have gone in and... Right, see, that'll go there, you see. And the resistor will be folded back onto there, like so. No, now the wires don't reach, so now the wires don't reach, which is a bit of a bummer. It's just you've got a bit of spare wire. Got a fucking area up that down. We've actually got a bit of spare behind that nut there, so we can on that wire there we can utilise that and bring it to there we go, and that just gives us the bit we needed. Straighten this out. There we go. Put the loop on it. Close to there. It's too thin. That one's okay. And we'll use a full one for these. So basically what we'll do next is we bend, careful with this wire, it's single strand, and if you bend it too many times it breaks. Trying to hook it in there. There we go. Hook that in. I've not put my heat shrink on there. Dopey bastard. There we go. Give that a second to solidify. That's it. Just touch that little block up there. There we go. Not more than happy with that. These are going to be completely insulated. There we go, as you can see, look. There we are. Right. Well, let's get the Pt2 shrink for that one. Straighten this up a bit. This is already got a nice hook in it, so we're okay. Just needed to straighten it a bit. Just bend that lead in there. What I want to do is get these so they like I do the other ones. That's it. There we go. Everything will slide over it then. There we go. Now, there we are. Solder our wires on. There we go. Give that a second to, that's gone off already, just let it cool down. Yeah, that's nice. There we go. Get this one over the top of here, like that. Just bend that resistor up a little bit now, we can do that. There we go, so we're off the, there we go. There we go, just heat this up now to shrink it. There we go. Cigarette time, I think, folks. Right. Here's what we've done, although you've just seen me do it. Just bring you in. We can zoom you in a bit. There we go. Let's lift you up. You lot want to think about losing some weight, you know. You know what it is. Too many Twinkies. Zoom you in a bit more. I can show you exactly the neat job I've done. Well, I think it's neat. There we are. There's our resistor across our capacitors. There's our capacitors. They're not going anywhere. They're pretty solid there. They little bit of movement, but they won't go anywhere. And if they do, it won't make any difference because everything's insulated. Nothing can hit anything. So there we are. The two capacitors replaced, and from the top of the amp it looks original. I don't really go for all that shit, really leaving these cans in, but you know, that one's going to be more trouble, and you know, it's just not worth the hassle getting the damn thing out. So, you know, and every time anyone looks at the amp, they'll think that it's completely untouched, you know. And if I put this back here, that sits in there and nothing's going to touch the bottom of the case. Nothing's going to touch the bottom of the case, so we're okay. So let's put this back here. And that's it. I'm gonna go and have a fag, and we'll start putting it back together. Hey folks, well, we're back, and put this away. Right. Move that box of cotton buds. Put that there for a minute. There we go. Let's put the nuts back on. On here. Whoops. Let's just move the screwdriver. Right. Locate these two nuts. They're on this cloth somewhere. There they are. So the only problem with using a cloth, you run the risk of things falling off the bench. Anyway, in this case we've got them. There they are, and there's the two washers. Dee 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 dee. Tighten that. One done. Let's move that valve pin in a bit further because I can't get that bloody nut on. There we go. It's a bit close, that pin. Still a bit bloody close. There we go. If that will let me in, I don't want to bend it too much. That would be. Right. Alright, let's get the nut on. Hello. How are you? Hey folks, I'm back. What I'm going to do to make life a bit easier for myself, I'm going to take the hinge. I'm going to take the lid off because I just think it will make it a lot easier for me putting the amplifier back together. Because putting the amplifier back in, because I really want it on its end, and it'll make it a lot easier for me. So. That's a fucking Phillips screw. It's supposed, somebody's painted it the right colour. Jesus. Why have they put a Phillips screw in and painted it the right colour? Painted it the same colour. At least it's a good colour match. This screwdriver's got it. Yeah. I mean, it was put together. This. These are the original. Must have been a screw missing when they got it. There we are. But at least the colour matched the screw. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put it back together, and I'm going to try and put the screws back in the baffle board in slightly different places. Not too far away from where they originally were, but I want them in different places so they grip nice and tight, because I'm not happy with it, because none of them were tight. So we'll address that, and that's why I want the lid off. I can work on it a lot easier. Right, so now we'll lift the lid off. There we go. Right, we'll put the lid down there out of the way. Oh, I went to my doctor the other day. Yes, I did. I said to him, I said, listen, I said, every time I sneeze I get a hard on. He says, are you taking anything for it? I said, yeah, pepper. Right. I don't need to worry too much. Oops, where's that gone? There it is. That's it. And I'll give the case a shake out and get rid of any crap that's in it. There we go. Yeah, there's a scratch on the bottom of this. Yeah. Yeah. Right. Get these cobwebs and shit out of the way. There we go. See, what's happened is the original screw holes are all mulled. They're all mullered. They're a bit shit. So just shove that wire out of the way for a minute, and that there, shove that wire into that hole there for a minute. Right, so what we're going to do now, we're going to put the amplifier back in, but I'm going to try and use different holes. Right, and I think I've made a really nice job of that amp. There we go. Let's get the input wire the right way so we don't end up trapping anything. Let's drop the amplifier back into its position. There we go, get that right up against there. Always put this other nut on before I forget. Wherever I've put it. Oh, I threw it in there with that lot, didn't I? At least that's what I thought I did. No, never mind. It's not under this, is it? Is it under this? No, it's not. Just had the fucking thing in my hand. It's probably under the fucking towel somewhere. is. I wanted to do this while it was out, but right, but I'll pull the screwdriver a bit off. There we go. Right. That back where it should be. Right, let's see if we can get this screw here to go where it should. Let's get it straight. Where's my other screwdriver? Oh. I think that one will do it. Well, they're not fucking straight. Hang on. Got the green wire caught under there. That's why you always double check things. Tighten her up. Yeah, this was made between 53 and 54, this thing. Right, so we've got one side in, so what we need to do next is we need to get the screws in, which is no great problem because let's get me see if that one's one that actually grips, because a couple of them do. Yeah, I think that one does. A couple of them grip and a couple of them don't, so the ones that don't bite I want to move them if I can, which is no great problem, moving them. Yeah, that one's okay. That one grips. There's one right down in the fucking bottom there. That's going to be a bastard to get to. The other thing is these washers are put on them, these cup washers, and it's not supposed to have them on them because you're losing that much of the screw. You're losing that much of the screw. Well, you can't see it, but you get my point. The thickness of that, you're losing that much of the screw, and they're not supposed to have cup washers on them. And So they'll probably be alright once the washers are taken off. Supposed to just have fucking... Yeah. Yeah. Bites now. Now that washer's not there, it bites. These are the wrong screws. There we go. So I have to use the small driver. These. So I mean, they bite. Without them cup washers on, they bite. So that was the problem. And now this one's going to be a fucking pain in the ass. How the fuck am I going to get down there? I've got to get it in. Move these wires. The screw. The fucking hole is right down there. Yeah, twat. Where's my magnetic screwdriver? I don't know where that is. I've got a really good magnetic screwdriver, but I can't seem to put my fucking hands on it at this point in time. See if I can get this. No. What about this? Would that hold it? No. That won't. So it's a case of perseverance. Well, there we are. Ah, we're in. We're in. Yeah, if I'd have put the cup washer in there, there's no way on earth that screw would tighten up. But it is because there we go. Well, that's straight. It's the label that's put in it that's not straight. There we are. I thought the amp wasn't straight. It is. Right. Now what we need to do, because one of the screws for this is on the bottom. Push that out, there we go. Whoa, ho, ho. Do 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 do. Dun, 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 dun. There we go. Right, so take these out. these are numbered, so let's have a look at what's on them. Live, neutral, and earth is that one. Right. Right, so what we need to do is bring there for the motor. There we go. Bend that over. We get a nice good contact inside the plug. Get the solder. Where's the fucking solder gone? There it is. I'm due a cup of tea in a minute, folks. There we go. Alright, make sure that we're nice and smooth. Yep. Yep. Beautiful. Right. Wind that one out a bit more. And that one. Right. I'll tell you what, before I do that, let me go and get the power cord, because I can have a look at which end goes, which wire goes where, to be sure, because, you know, man, I don't suppose it fucking matters, does it, to both go to the transformer. But be sure anyway. Where did I put the power cord? I brought it in. Here it is. No, it's not. I brought it in here with me. Did I? Yeah. Yeah, I brought it in here with me. It's in here somewhere. Where did I put that damn thing? Oh, have I left it in the hallway? Trying to think. Yeah, I must have left it in the hallway because it would have been round here somewhere. Yeah. Oh yeah, I left it here because I thought I remember thinking to myself, I don't need that yet. So I left it in here. Yeah, it's out here. Where did I put the damn thing? That's not it. I'm sure I've fucking brought it and left it out there. I'll find it in a minute. Doesn't make any difference really because they go to the on-off switch anyway. Right. Right, let's get this wired up. Right, so live. Because they go to a transformer anyways. Put my glasses back on. How deep is that? Is that deep? So we want the screws out a bit further. Yeah, I've put the power cord down somewhere. I can't remember exactly where, but it's somewhere. I'll find it. It's in here somewhere. Yeah. There we are, that's how we want to see it look. Like that. No exposed wires. And I've put the blob of solder, I've tinned it with the solder. There we go, look. There we are. Take the earth out. That weren't even tight, mind you. I think I loosened it actually and tightened it back up. Right, so we need the earth to come through. Dee 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 dee. That's dirty old wire. Let's clean that up. Get through some nice clean wire. And what I'm going to do, because I'm doing the earth and both insulators won't fit into the hole, I'm going to put a bit of heat shrink on as well. So I can push the heat shrink up as far as it will go. And then that'll lock down on the, what do you call it then? So that's what we're going to do with that. There we go. Ooh, cup of tea time in a minute, folks. It's getting there. Time for me to stop and have a brew. And right. There we go. That's too long. So what we'll do, we'll nip that down to the right size. A bit more. And let's just bring the screw a bit further out. There we go. Now we're actually hitting the bottom there, so this should get it. Oh, hang on. Yeah. You were all waiting for me to do that, weren't you? See, the good thing about soldering the wires together is they won't separate inside the connector. They won't fray or anything. It'll be nice and neat. There we go. Pull the heat shrink across. Get that earth there a minute. There we go. There we are, you see. I wish I had a piece. You know, I wish I had a piece of heat shrink that would go around that lot, but it won't. I haven't got a piece that fucking big. The biggest I've got is this. I wish I had a piece I could encapsulate the whole fucking lot, but I haven't. That's the biggest I've got. Can't do nothing about that. Right. There we go. Tin that up when it's ready to be soldered. Right, and put the earth at the top, the two main conductors at the bottom, one end's broke as well. Right, turn that round now. Put the two conductors at the top, at the bottom rather, so they can't easily be touched. There we are. Sing me an old-fashioned song. There we go. Will that screw driver fit that head? It does. I'm going for slightly different positions for putting the screws in, and slightly off a little bit. The reason for that is because the other holes didn't feel that substantial. There we go. So that's better. That nips in nicely. Put another. There we go. this in, then it's time for the brew. Oh, fuck. There we go. That's going nowhere. Right, get the motor wired back up. Right. Look at that. One strand of wire holding the motor in, holding it for the motor. Right, so bend that over. Don't need to tin these, will be okay. Because you're going into the chock block here. Just wind that screw out a little bit. There we go. Yep. Get in there, you fucker. Oh, let's take this knot out. There we go. It's okay having chock blocks for the motor. A lot of companies did that back in the day. But in the power line, it's a big no-no. In the power lead, it's a big no-no. Yep, that's okay, that's all done. Right. That's the earth to go under the record deck. They're the input for the pickup. And let's reinstate the valves. We can put the valves back in it now. There we go. Put the valves back in. One in. These have got numbers on them, were probably sold as match sets. So at least we know it's had one new valve in its life. And the all important brand new 6X5 GT recce valve. There we are. That's all the valves in. I've got the input to connect up, the earth for the deck, the deck to put in, cartridge put, okay, well taking that cartridge out that's in there, the lid's put back on, and that's it. Right. And that's gone in nice, the amplifier's nice and straight. Yeah, that's all back as it should be. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Right. So let's go and let's pause the video here. Hi folks, we're back. The lid isn't on yet because I'm still testing, but I'm happy with it, it's working. So what we'll do, we'll go for a record. I'll play a little bit of each one. The mech's working absolutely beautifully. We'll just have a little bit of each one. The arm lands perfectly. It comes off at the end okay. I've checked all that. Sounds absolutely not bad. We'll go and sign on the fucking dole then, or get a job. I was going to play that record by Madonna, Like a Virgin, but I took it out of its sleeve, it's got no hole in the middle. There you go. Absolutely perfect. That's it done folks. I've just got to put the lid back on. You don't need to see me do that. I thought I'd show it topless. Thanks for watching. More to come later. Bye for now.